How's it going, everybody? I'm happy to have the 356 back in the shop today. I haven't been driving it that much, to be honest, because I'm still having some problems with the brake lights. They're working sporadically and now they're stuck on. They just stay on. I also want to upgrade the brake lights. This car is an original restoration. I want to keep it numbers matching, original colors, everything as it came from the factory. But when it comes to tail lights and potentially getting rear-ended, I prefer to put in something that's better. It's such a small car and the brake lights are so low to the ground. All the SUVs in the world today basically can't see me. So I'm going to be putting in some brighter bulbs into the brake lights and also going to add a third brake light up high on the roof line here so that it's super obvious that I'm braking. So let's get it up on the lift and take a look at the brake light switch. This has been a labor of love for me. It's a 25-year car owned by me. I've been restoring it for most of those years. I don't want to start over. So even though it's not original, it's the smart thing to do in my opinion. That's all the way up. This is the master cylinder here under the car, and the switch is right here. This is the brake switch, so when the pressure builds in the master cylinder, it closes these contacts, and that's what turns on the brake lights. So I suspect the switch is bad. I'm going to remove these wires and just use an ohm meter to double check the connectivity of the switch, because I think it's normally open and then when it gets pressure it's closed. And so when I probe these two tabs here, I get this closed, which I think this is why the lights are always on, because the switch is always closed. I got this one directly from Stoddard. ATE is the brand. This is important because if this brake switch fails and this plastic piece becomes disconnected, you could lose all hydraulic pressure. So you don't want to cheap out on these parts. This one's labeled ATE, original equipment. Hopefully it's the good quality. Doesn't say where it's made, but you definitely don't want to cheap out on the switch because you could lose your brakes. So when I probe these two leads, the meter does not beep. There it beeps, but when I touch these two leads together, it doesn't beep. So this one is normally open. The threads on this are tapered, so you don't really need a sealant. I'm just going to put a tiny little dab. This is Halomar, and this will not be affected by the brake fluid. A tiny tinge of blue there, that's it. This switch was also an ATE. The hex was a little different size. This one looks like it has a date code of 1984. So it is definitely due for a change. And one last look at this master cylinder. It's got the correct rubber boot. This is the correct ATE master cylinder. I rebuilt this a couple months ago. The wiring is routed so it goes between the brake hoses. That keeps it clear of the pitman arm or the steering arm. I don't want it to run into the wiring there and cause a snag. So I've routed it underneath the brake lines, and then it goes right into the body there. There's a grommet there where it goes through the body. So it's protected with a PVC sleeve, goes through the body with a grommet, and then on into the harness, which runs all the way to the back of the car. We'll hit the brake pedal here. It's light pedal. I don't know if it was working or not. I got to check the camera. That's good news that the brake lights are now fixed. So now on to the turn signals. And I tried the turn signals. They're not working yet. I think it's because this car was previously 12 volts, converted by the previous owner. And now that I'm going back to 6 volts, it still has the 12 volt flasher. So that's probably the issue. I have this one, which is an LED flasher. LED flashers work because they're solid state devices. You can't have the mechanical thermal activated device with LEDs because they just don't draw as much current. They produce more light, but they draw less current. So this is for LEDs. I'm gonna be upgrading the light bulbs in the back for the brighter lights, but they require a special flasher. So I'm gonna plug this in. Even though I have the regular bulbs in there, this will work with regular bulbs or LEDs actually. Sure enough, this one is 12 volts, Napa Auto Parts, made in the USA. So I got the other one installed. I'm gonna turn the key on and check to see if the lights blink. Okay, key on. Yeah, there's the left. And yeah, there's the right. I can hear it clicking inside. And the brake. And then left blinker and the brake. Here's how it sounds from inside the car. So I'm just happy it works at all. My car is actually an Italian delivered car. And when the cars were delivered to Italy, they had to make some changes to the brake lights, because they didn't like the fact that when you hit the brakes, only one brake light was on because the other one was blinking. So what they did in the Italian cars is they had a dual filament bulb, so you could have braking and blinking at the same place, in the same location on there. And I don't know that this is the original brake light for this car, but it does have provisions for a dual filament bulb. So it's likely this is the Italian brake housing. I only have one of them, so I'll have to recreate the other. So eventually I want to make sure this car is as it was delivered with the Italian brake lights, but for right now I'm okay. And then like I said before, I'm going to add the third brake light on the top. So that means there's 2 brake lights on when you're braking, and I think that's enough for safety. But for authenticity, I'd like to do the Italian brake lights if possible. There is a different wire harness for the Italian delivered cars, and I haven't had enough time to really prove that I have the Italian harness, but I'll get to that, and you know, that's a future sort of nice to have. Right now, I just want to be safe. I'm going to swap out the bulbs for these LED bulbs. These are red LEDs, so in addition to the red lens, you have red light coming out. So it's got elements on the sides and on the front. So hopefully the reflectors and stuff will allow this to be pretty bright. I'm just going to replace one side and I'll show you the difference. Now these were 6 volt bulbs, so they were as bright as you're going to get with a 6 volt system. So we'll swap it out. These are also 6 volt LEDs, so they're compatible. Even without the lens, the color is red. This other side is for the running lights, and I'm not connecting those at the moment, so I'm going to leave that bulb out. It's a little tricky getting the seals in, so I'll show you a little trick. I'm just going to get these screws started. And then sometimes the seal doesn't go up above the top of the lip there. There's just wooden toothpicks here, so you get it underneath there. And just go around before you tighten it. There we go. So now the seal is out on top. Yeah, all the way around. There we go. So now let's look at a comparison between left and right brake lights and see the difference in brightness. See what it's like with lights on. Brakes on. Right. Left. Yeah, I don't know that they're noticeably brighter, but they definitely act quicker. And I think it's a little bit brighter. Hard to say for sure. But I'm gonna add this third brake light in the back window, and it's gonna go inside the car. So it's not gonna be out in the elements or anything like that. This is a waterproof LED. It is for motorcycles actually, and it actually is 6 volts as well. So I am going to wire it up and test it first, and then make a bracket that slips inside the rear window seal, and we'll kind of hold it there just so it lights the back of the window for brake lights. And I also wanted to make this piece removable because this is definitely a modern piece. So to make it removable, I have this power connector. It's like a 2 millimeter, 1.6 millimeter connector, and it's in line, so I can hide this wire and connector behind the upholstery panel in the rear shelf there. So this should be a pretty invisible installation, and of course it'd be removable too. Just gotta like pull it out of the seal or whatever. But that's the connector I got. I'll leave the descriptions or the links for all these items in the description below. So just click, read more, or there'll be a down arrow and you can see some text and the links for this stuff on Amazon. Yeah, this light bar has more circuits in it than we need. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wires. We only really need 2. And I'd like to keep it as light as possible, not very bulky. So I'm gonna cut back all the insulation up to, probably about a 1/2 inch of here. And then try to keep the wires a little smaller than what it comes with. So I'm gonna snip the yellow and the white, and I'm gonna snip these at all different lengths. So it kind of tapers down into a smaller junction. And notice how thin these wires are, because this doesn't take much current either. LEDs are super light on current. Yeah, I hate to do this, but I have to extend the red wire, and I don't have any more red wire that's the same thickness or gauge. So I'm going to use this yellow wire. This is, let's see, 22 gauge. I don't know. This is probably 24 or 28. I don't know. But I'm going to solder these together and then carry on in the yellow color. I may go back and switch this later, but once again, this is all hidden and a removable part, so I'm not going to stress out about it too much. I also have a brown instead of black, so let's just go ahead and extend it. Oh man, after making all the wires how I wanted them, I thought I should just double check my wiring, and I connected it right to the battery, right to the 6-volt battery there in the front of the car, and I got really dim lights. And so I checked, you know, kind of wiggled the connections and so forth, no change. And then I plugged it into the 12-volt battery, and sure enough, it works fine. So they sent me the wrong part. I ordered 6-volt and they sent 12-volt. It's not labeled or anything, so typical China, Amazon type stuff. It's just par for the course. So unfortunately, I won't be able to continue with my third brake light idea. But thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy at least got my turn signals working now. I have brake lights that function. Fixed a couple things in the wiring there in the front. So feel free, guys, if you want to pick up a Garage Time shirt, I'll put a link in the description below, renin.io for Garage Time shirts. And also Patreon members, we're doing weekly phone calls Mondays. It's a video call. So if you're interested in asking a question or just talking about your car or hanging out with some of the other guys, please join Patreon. It's only like $5 a month, and I'll send you a link on how to join in on a fun call. We'll just talk about cars. Thanks again for being here, guys. We'll see you next week.